Hello dear ones, today I'm going to speak about what I've noticed about Capricorns. How are they? I've got a lot of friends who are Capricorns, so I know them a bit more, I would feel, or a bit less, I don't know. We are going to find out soon. How do you make out a Capricorn? Well, it's extremely difficult to make out a Capricorn, extremely difficult. However, you can find them very reserved, very timid, kind of. At the beginning you will see, oh, they are so reserved, so shy, because they are ruled by Saturns. Okay, so these Saturnian people, they are extremely quiet at the beginning. You speak to them, or in the crowd you will see that they are quiet. They are more the observers. At the beginning you will see that they're more the observers. They just are, they seem to be very reserved. Some of you might find them even snobbish. Okay, they can even seem to be a bit snobbish or a bit, cold or distant until you know them, of course. And they appear to even have some kind of, either you will feel, means it is your projection, it's not about them, but you will feel as if they are suffering from some kind of inferiority complex, that they don't open up, or some of you might even feel that they have too much of superiority complex. So such kind of individuals everywhere, you will see that they are quiet, they are smiling, they are, and very, you will find them disciplined. You might almost mistake them for a Virgo, but no. They are the Capricorns. They have an oval face. Most of the times they have an oval face. The eyes can be, of course, different kind of things, but I've seen something peculiar about these eyes is that some of them have very, protruding eyes. They have some kind of protruding large eyes or protruding eyes, almost very beautiful kind of eyes they can have. And some of them have this beautiful shape of eyes. So these eyes are very peculiar, and even the face, which is really like oblong, or not oblong, I would say oval face. Many of the Capricorns, they have that. And yes, the biggest thing about the Capricorns is their feet. Extremely sturdy feet. Usually the lady Capricorns, they will have very slim feet, and some of them can have very sturdy, very sturdy feet, because these Capricorns, the main thing about Capricorns is that these feet are the most important feature of their whole body. And why is that so? Because they have to climb. Capricorns are the goat, okay, the goat fish, this is what they are called. And the goats, they need to climb, and this climbing is on the hardest paths of life that they climb. Whatever you might feel, that is this room full of people, and there will be somebody who is making a speech on the stage, and at the ends, at some corner, you will see that there is this Capricorn who is listening to this speech very quietly and all. But actually, no matter how quiet they are, actually they are planning, rather I would say they are visualizing that one day I'm going to be over there, I'm going to take that chair and I'm going to make that speech. No matter how timid this Capricorn appears, well, you guys, really Capricorns, you know the way up. Your way is always up. I've never seen any Capricorns going really down and hitting the rock bottom. Never seen them. They are so determined, they are so meticulous, so serious. There is this air of seriousness around them. When you first find them, no matter if they are a secretary at the office, or the boss in the cabin, or running a successful enterprise, a CEO or a director of a company, or an actor, the first thing that you will find is that you find them very cold, very distant, very disciplined. Yeah, the way they sit, the way they carry themselves, you will find them quite, to the point, the spick and span kind of people you'll find. That's why I said some of you can even mistake them for Virgos, but they are the Capricorns. They are really sturdy, very, calm. They can also appear to be very calm, very understanding, as if, they understand everything going on. And yes, they do understand what's happening around. But many of them will not just open their mouth for the heck of opening their mouth. They don't do that. They are, I would call them thermometers. They are always taking the temperature along with their observation. You know, they take the temperature of what's happening around, and accordingly they will speak. They will never speak something that might get them into trouble right in front of all the people. They never do that. They always will appear to be very calm and composed people, sometimes very cold also, and extremely distant also, you might find them. The other thing that I found about the Capricorns is that they love to make themselves comfortable because they are an earth sign. So like the earth signs, like Taurus, also like the Taurus likes, you know, the material things, the material gains. Capricorn, for Capricorns, it's very, very important to keep themselves very sturdy and very, I would say, on the path. And how do they remain on the path? Because they need to make themselves comfortable. They need to have their own house. They need to have jewels. They like tomorrow, if there is, you know, if the bank goes bankrupt, then they have this kind of jewels to sell them off and to make money out of it. So, you know, they will keep on accumulating wealth. This is what I've seen about Capricorns. For them, this material thing, it's not about being materialistic, like they are often seen as very materialistic people. But for me, what I have seen is that they are not materialistic. Actually, what they are is that they love to keep themselves secure and stable. They might appear a bit stingy, because I have seen some Capricorns, they have a lot of things, but they will never give something away very easily. This is what I've seen about some Capricornians. And I would wonder, like, once I had asked my friend, I said, come on, you can at least give something to someone, you know, you've got so much and things like that. And that she was saying, you know, like, I have worked very hard to get this. Yeah. And somewhere it was making complete sense, you know. They work so hard in life. They work really hard in life in order to get that kind of a stability, in order to get that material, you know, security and stability in their lives. So they feel that everyone has to work hard in order to get there. So sometimes Capricorns are seen to be less generous than other signs, but then it's not that they are less generous, it's just that they feel that everyone should work hard to achieve what they have achieved. I mean, if work was a religion, I would say Capricornians would be called the fanatics, because for them work is worship, work is God. They adore their work. If you find a Capricorn jobless, it is one of the curses. They feel it's a curse upon them. They cannot take that thing to be jobless, or to be, you know, to not do their best in order to make themselves stable. Many Capricorns, they somehow sacrifice their youth, they sacrifice their childhood, they become matured so soon in their heads, you know. And then for them it is work. I have to work. I have to, you know, grow in the hierarchy. Wherever I am, I have to grow. They're extremely progressive individuals. These Capricorns are extremely progressive people. You will never find them in a very, you know, lowest income level. No, I have not seen yet a Capricorn. I've always seen they start very slow, but gradually they climb, and they make themselves, you know, on the top. It's very easy for a Capricorn to reach the top. They will make their ways, and they will achieve that particular goal, that particular place that they had, you know, seen in their minds. No matter what, a Capricorn is never on a holiday. I've never seen a Capricorn. You people cannot rest. Even if you are on a holiday, you will start painting the house, you will start gardening, you will start ironing the clothes, you will start, you know, doing something, or you'll call people and you start cooking in the house. You have that inside of you. You are never on a holiday. I've never seen you on a holiday. Your mind never rests. Never rests. It's always, you know, about work. Always like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. And yes, then comes the family. This is what I see. Extremely attached to the family. I've seen Capricorns extremely devoted to the family. I've seen So many of my friends, I've seen them, so many hassles they can have in their families, like, you know, the aunt is this or the uncle is that, or the nephew or the niece or whatever these big families that you all have. And I have always noticed in the Capricorns is that they will always make efforts to bind the family. This binding thing is very much required, no matter how much enmity or how much of differences are there in people in the family, and how much they dislike some family member also. You will see them always smiling and never showing. When they will meet any of their family members with whom they might have a cold war with, for example, you will never make out that they have this kind of a, you know, this kind of struggle or this kind of difference of opinion with them. Never. When they come in contact with this person in a family get together, during a marriage or something, they will speak. They will not be cold. Like, for example, a Scorpio would not even look at you. You know, a Scorpio will not even look at you if you have a problem. Poof, who are you? You don't exist for me. Or even a Piscean, if you have even, you know, broken their heart, somehow they will just smile and they will just go away. But Capricorns will wait over there. They will speak to you. They will exchange few words with you, and you will feel as if you have never had any problem with the Capricorn. This is the magic I have always seen. And they are very family oriented people. Family means everything to them. No matter what, no matter how horrible the family members are, no matter how much the insults they have taken from these family members, whenever they come together for a family meal or anything in the family, they will smile, they will entertain. They are the best hosts. They really love to entertain at home. They will, you know, they will cook themselves. They will, you know, just clean up the house, pick and spaniels. This is also one of the things. They will keep everything fine. They will just invite everyone and they will entertain you so well. They're very good hosts, very warm hosts, and they will make you feel special. Whenever you go to a Capricorn, you will see, the lady Capricorns especially, you will see how much they are just, you know, bubbling with joy. And even the male Capricorns, the way they will entertain you at home, you will really like feel very special, and you will feel, wow, so nice, you know, like you feel nice immediately because they make you feel comfortable. They will never let you know that they are upset with you. No, never. No matter, this is what I said, whenever there are problems in the family, between the family members also, like when there is a joint family and they have to come together, or for a Christmas meal, for a Diwali meal, for an Eid meal, when they are coming together, what happens is that they will never show you that that felt bad about something, or even if you have had a word war with them or really a nasty exchange with them, they put on a mask. Their mask is about smiling and about maintaining that bond, and that is a very good thing about you Capricorns, that many of the signs cannot manage. Up to the level where it becomes negative is with your life partners. Many times what happens is that this is where the Capricorn gets stuck, is even if you see the infidelity in your partner, you still pardon them. You have children, you're seeing your partner is being infidel with you, is openly flirting with you or with somebody else in front of your eyes, you will never, you know, want to accept it. It's happening, but you don't want to accept it, just because you want the world to see that my family is fine, my family is together. And that often leads to your depressions in life. That often leads to problems for you in life, is because you act very late on certain things, and family is your weakness and your strength also. And what happens is that when the family structure starts collapsing in front of your eyes, at that time you do everything possible. Before that you are busy putting things under the blanket. Okay, no, I don't see her or him doing this stuff in front of my eyes. I don't see this, I don't see that. You're busy putting everything, yes, everything is fine, I am fine, I'm good, my family is really, really good. But what happens at one point of time is that it's not really good. Then the structure falls down. So Capricorns are really patient with their partners. I have seen some Capricorns forgive their partners for their infidelity, their dishonesty. They pardon their partners and they give them a second chance. I mean, how many signs on this earth would give a second chance to an infidel partner or a dishonest partner? No, not many at all. But they give. You have this big heart because for you, family is everything and you would sacrifice anything and everything for the family. So many Capricorns sacrifice so many things for their family. That is like the Cancerians, sacrificing nature that comes into the Capricorns also. But then once something happens from the other side, if the person breaks off, this is where they collapse because they have given too much. This is what happens with Capricorns. They give too much. They give too much. I've never seen the Capricorns, having enemies. They don't really have enemies. They don't believe in making enemies because they feel every person contributes to their path to take them to their goal or success. Every person is useful for a Capricorn. So they don't believe in enmity. They cannot make, I mean, you can have a fight with them as colleagues and things like that, but they don't, they will not stay like that. They will again come. They will put this mask of as if nothing has happened because they don't believe in making things sour. They are wise people. They don't believe in getting into enmity and then getting into a tough fight with somebody and spoiling everything. No, they will immediately make up for it. They have this. They will go, they will like, okay, immediately, as if nothing happened, immediately they make up for it. Because for Capricorns, every person is very important. Every person is important. Every person takes them towards the steps. They are the steps to take them to the goals. You will never see Capricorns in this kind of weaknesses. For them, jealousy, laziness, or dishonesty also up to a certain level. All these kind of things are like weaknesses, and they don't believe in these weaknesses. They don't believe. For them, what they believe is, okay, I have my goal, I have to achieve that, and I am going to do that. Or I have my post and I need to maintain it. So I am not going to enter into any stupid fights with anyone. I'm not going to ruin my family happiness by getting into a fight with my sister-in-law or my brother-in-law or XYZ in the family. No. I need to keep everyone intact because everyone is required in my life. However, Capricorns have seen is that they start working hard at a very young age. And many times Capricorns say, we are not lucky, see how much we do, what do we get? My dear Capricorns, do you know that you are late bloomers? If you were a plant, you would bloom a bit later, but then when you bloom a bit later, all those other plants which have bloomed faster, they go back to sleep. But you bloom later, but you stay for longer. So you have to know that, and you shouldn't get disheartened by that. Capricorns are late bloomers in life. Usually after the age of 30 and things like that, they start really, they start making their mark in the world. No matter what job they are doing, they will always, start a bit later to get the success because they keep on working very hard in their early years of life. And after that, they start achieving the success. After their 30s, they start, usually life for Capricorn starts at 30s. This is what I feel. This is what I've observed also. I've also seen for Capricorns is that they are very meticulous in their work, extremely meticulous. Like if they are into accounts, their work will be very, very meticulous, very, the smallest things. If you're an artist, Capricorn artists, very meticulous. And sometimes what happens is that you need to give confidence to the Capricorns, because what happens is that even if they have faith in their abilities, they lose the confidence very easily. They can lose the confidence easily, and they feel, I'm no good sometimes. Especially with the Capricorn artists, this is what happens. So they need the boosting always, no, you can manage it, you can do it. Inside of them, they know they can do it, but they still need some kind of reassurance many times. Come on, we can do it, This is what they need. And as I spoke about the sturdy feet, no matter how much you're equipped to climb that mountain, this sturdy feet Capricorn is going to get ahead of you much faster than you even realize. The Capricorn is at the end in the line to reach the mountain top. Everyone is preparing themselves to climb, to track the mountain, to do the mountain climbing. And everybody is doing that. But Capricorn somehow manages with the ways that he or she has to reach to the top. And before you are there with all your equipments, all your super developed modern equipments, the Capricorn just with one some, I mean, I would not even say they need something, but with a very normal, maybe walking cane or something, they have reached on the top and they are waiting there for you. And they're looking at you, giving you the hand also. Come on. And then you're like, oh my God, how did you reach there? This is what happens with Capricorns usually. No matter how shy they show, they win at the end. No matter how much you fight with a Capricorn, how much you try to show them you are superior, mind you, they get there. They very much get there. And they become what they want to become. And they will smile. It's like, I'm here. I've worked hard for it. And I've reached here. It's all about work with Capricorns. But not just about work, because they are die-hard romantics too. Very, very romantic people they can be. But if you see, the Capricorn style of love is not, that kind of a display, public display. You will never see the Capricorn couples, doing whatnot things in front of people. It's not so. For Capricorn, it means discipline. Very important point of Capricorns is discipline. And when it comes to romance also, it's very disciplined with Capricorns. They don't like cheap display. For them, it is cheap to display affection in front of the public. It's a very private thing because they value it. It's very private. They might hold hands in public, but they will not go beyond that or do too much, like the other romantic signs can be very, openly displaying their affection, but not Capricorns. They will not do it. Even if they write for you the love letters, you will see when you read it, the punctuations are right on their place, the commas, the full stops, the hyphens, all this, the brackets, everything in the love letter will be very well written by the Capricorns, because they mean details, they mean meticulous work, and they mean discipline. It's very disciplined. You see a Capricorn, for example, the lady of Capricorn who invites you over a lunch or a dinner. She's very, very organized, just like the Virgos. Very organized. She will just sit and, like, okay, do you want this? Do you want that? Like so much. And the moment you have finished the starters, okay, she just gets up, or she has just finished, and then she keeps this. And then with the style, she will serve you, or he will serve you. And everything is just one after the other. And everything is just so organized, so disciplined. I really wonder if Virgos and Capricorns invite, they do something together and invite people. It would be just wonderful and just very disciplined and very, like slack, very much, structured. Everything should be structured. Yeah, but Capricorns are less, how do you say, yeah, they are not highly strung, regarding discipline like Virgos can be. But Capricorns have that. Sometimes they remind me of that story of, you must be knowing the story of the hare and the tortoise. Yeah, the hare runs faster and the tortoise, So I imagine it as the Aries and the Capricorn. If they had this race between them, the Aries would go very fast, and then after would be tired and say, oh, the tortoise or the Capricorn is coming very slowly, But this is how the Capricorns are. No matter how slow you think they are, no matter how shy or timid or how they appear to be, very cold or distant, or just, in their own world, very serious or melancholic, the Capricorn will overtake the fastest sign. They will overtake. While you're busy resting, the Capricorn has already reached there, got the medal, and then you wake up and you say, oh, the Capricorn must be behind, and then you go very nicely, and then you see, oh, already on the stage, the Capricorn has the big medal in their neck, and they are the winners. And then they say, oh, my friend is coming. Like, they don't have anything against you, but then you are like, your face is turned red with embarrassment. It's like, oh, that's what happens with them. Now, also see something about Capricorns is very nice, is that I've seen many Capricorns, they will always take care of, the elderly sick people at home. Many a times I've seen that. They will take care of them, and they will be very much, for example, I know of this person who was going and seeing her aunt, who didn't have anyone, no children, nothing. She was living alone. And this Capricorn friend of mine used to go there and really, take care of her. And very old aunt it was, and who was an ailing aunt. And afterwards, we learned that the aunt had put all the property on her name. So many times this is what happens with the Capricorns. This is somewhere it's a mystery for me. Is it like, I don't really believe that Capricorns take care of the ailing elderly people in order to get some material gains, but they have this nursing, this caring nature, which is rewarded after to them through this heritage that they get, or something extra that they get. Many a times I see that Capricorns inherit something, of a remote relative. This is what I've seen. And suddenly, and they, they always go, they visit, they spend time with their elderly relatives or relative who is alone, or, taking care. And at the end, they are rewarded. And yes, it's universe's way of rewarding them for the care that they have taken. And I have also seen another Capricorn lady who was always taking care, of her brother who was divorced and who didn't have a house to stay. She invited him to his place, to her place, and was all the time taking care of him. And then whenever this brother would get some kind of, financial benefits, he would always share it with the sister. And then people would start saying, oh, she knew that he would, get more money. This is why she has, but I felt that it takes a heart to take care of somebody who is abandoned, or who doesn't have anyone, who is not given time, okay? So this kind of thing exists in the Capricorns, this nursing thing. And this is why the Capricorns are also very good nurses, as well as very good teachers, very good artists. They are very good politicians also, because they will never show the enmity with the opposition. They will meet them, they will they will smile, they will handshake very well, as if nothing has gone wrong. So these kind of things, this kind of and yes, accounts also is one of the very the thing that Capricorns can really excel in it. Then they are very good actors also, some of the Capricorns, but they have to really open up because they are so disciplined, you know, so it takes time for them to open up. Last but not the least, many a times what happens is that Capricorns never, you know, open up their heart. They are so busy covering up things for others in order to show that everything is good, everything is fine. What happens is that the Capricorns have problems with the body, and these problems are the manifestation of the body. The body is telling them, speak out, tell what's not good. So they can suffer some kind of depressions. They need to just, you know, express themselves. They need to express themselves. Otherwise they end up with migraines, because there are certain things they have not digested, so it comes out through migraines. Sometimes their heart also can suffer a lot because everything is buried inside their hearts. Then their knees and the legs, they are very fragile, those parts. Their backs also, because all the time they are sustaining things on their back. The structure, if they don't feel supported in the family, then the back start paining. The knees are very, you know, these are the very fragile points of the Capricorns, because they use them so much. The legs are very much, the legs, the knees, the thighs, the backbone, all the skeletal structure, it can be quite fragile with the Capricorns. So they need to take care of rheumatic fevers, rheumatism or arthritis. They have to really take care of that. And also they need to take care of psychosomatic problems, because everything is inside of them. So, you know, when it doesn't come out, they can have eruptions on their skin very easily. They will get some kind of patches on their skin when something is not okay. They have not expressed it, so the skin remains fragile. Then for them, the migraines, this is what I've seen in many Capricorns. They suffer with headaches and migraines, and, you know, a lot of, you know, the liver is overworking, so vomitings also because of extra acidity. So they really need to take care of their health. Their mental health is the first thing that they need to take care of, because a lot of things are just buried inside. So you need to find ways to just express yourselves, and you need to take care of all these things that I have said, because later in life you might just feel that, you know, that you have a lot of joint pains and body pains, muscular pains also, fibromyalgia. These kind of things also can happen a lot in the Capricorns, because it is the tendency of them to not express themselves completely, wholly. So they suffer on this. And I really feel that Capricorns don't really get the deserved rewards. This is what I feel in life. I always feel that there is a part of it that even if they do everything, at the end they are not able to really, you know, make the point, in the sense, even if they are winning something, still they are so serious and inside of them that no matter what heights they reach, it's like you may rise, you may not shine. Something like that happens to them. So Capricorns need to speak about themselves sometimes. They need to showcase their talents. Not always, you know, be the one to clap. Yes, they are clapping, but they know that they want to reach there. But at the same time, they also need to show that they have all this in them. They need to build their confidence. One thing about Capricorns I've noticed is that the confidence is quite a thing to be worked on. They need to build that up. And as I said, that as you are late bloomers, you get this confidence a bit later in life. This is what I say. As it is, you're fiercely ambitious. So whatever comes in between you and your ambition, you don't mind. You're so focused and so ambitious that you keep going till you have not achieved it. But you have to take care, my dear Capricorns, is that in that ambition, you lose a lot of precious things on your path. You might lose the love of your life. You might lose the time with your children. You might lose the time with your parents. So this becomes very important for Capricorns, that they have to really, really take care with their highly ambitious nature. For you, the sky is the limit. Once you have set your eyes on something, you know how to reach there. No matter how many people will get downsized, the Capricorn employee remains there intact. I have seen it with my own eyes so many times, is that there was a complete reshuffling of the enterprise, but the Capricorn managed that place. There was absolutely, it was like a miracle. Like everything has changed, but the Capricorn remains. The whole of the organization, everything is changed, but that person remains there. And the sign doesn't come as a surprise to me. It was a Capricorn. It stayed there on that seat, not to be moved. Because they always have good networking qualities. They will network very well. That networking is wonderful. I mean, if you are looking for somebody for good networking, I would say go for a Capricorn. They are really, really serious workers. They are serious, they are disciplined, and they are determined. And they know how to keep the good relations. The PRs also as Capricorns can be quite good. The public relation officers as Capricorns can be quite good, because they have this kind of very ironic humor. They will have sometimes they will throw criticism at you, but in a very ironically humorous way. And you will know that it is meant for me. You will get it right, like if you don't go to a Capricorn and just once you go and you say, oh yes, today you must have some work with me, or they'll make a joke out of it. But you will laugh and then you will say yes, yes. But the Capricorn has said it. But that humor is there. They will have a bag of jokes, when they are in a group, in their really known groups, I would say. And they are very different people when they are in the group of friends and all. They will, make jokes. They will laugh. They will just have this kind of this humor, this witty humor that comes. That's really wonderful. And I've also seen that they have to work on something, because I would like to conclude my video by something very emotional that I feel about Capricorns, is that there are people who have sacrificed a lot. They will appear like, soft cotton balls, but actually they are iron inside of them. But they were not that before. They were those soft cotton balls, but they have digested a lot of insults. They have digested a lot of disappointments in their lives. They have gone through a lot of pressures, a lot of disappointments, a lot of nasty things in their life, especially comparisons, especially where they were put down, demeaned. And then they become hard like iron. The soft cotton balls turn into hard like iron blocks. And this is what makes them. And one thing that they need to do is that they need to live their life at least once. Because from the childhood to the youth, what are they doing? They never leave their youth. They have just worked. They have just worked. And they never knew what it is to have fun as a teenager, what it is to live a carefree life. They just were burdening themselves, either with that big joint family where there were so many tasks to perform, or the father's business that fell on their shoulders, or the family pressures that they were subjected to, that they had to start earning early in life. So these bags, these burdens that you'll carry, my dear Capricorns, you have to put them down. Live for yourselves. You create your own prison and you lock yourself up inside it. And this prison is that of tremendous responsibility towards everyone else. When are you going to live your life? So this in Capricorn, they have to liberate themselves from the self-created prisons that they live in their entire life. When the Capricorns become old, at that time, they have the flashback of their life. And when they see their grandchildren happily enjoying their young grandchildren, that time they feel, but I never lived this life. I never lived that part of my life. That part didn't exist. So live your life, my dear Capricorn. Always be young inside of you. You are young, you are bubbly, you are everything, but so much burden by your responsibilities. Work will take care of itself. So I see the Capricorns in their prison of responsibilities towards the family members, towards everyone, towards their colleagues, towards their boss. But no life for themselves, no time for themselves. Liberate yourself, my dear Capricorn. And thank you for being yourselves, because we need people like you. We need binding forces like you in the families. We need people to make us laugh with these ironic jokes. We need people to work meticulously, responsibly. We need people to show us of how to reach that mountaintop without having any modern gadgets, just with determination and just with focus upon the goals. So thank you, my dear Capricorn, for watching this video on Capricorns, and please do let me know in your comments of how did you like the video. I really enjoyed doing it, and I wish to learn a lot from you guys. A lot of things to learn, really. I mean, for all that you people go through and still are smiling and still are, you know, it's something impossible. But yes, as I said, no matter how late bloomers you arrive on time where you are supposed to, and you reach on time with your determination and your sturdy focus and your sturdy feet. So thank you, my dear Capricorns. Take good care of yourself. Please do like, share it with all your friends who are Capricorns, relatives, so that everybody understands how you are and that you really need to be treated so right. Yes, because you are the givers. So take good care of yourselves, and God bless. Take care. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.